I quit my job without a backup plan, and here's what happened. About 5 days ago, I submitted my resignation letter to my employer. I gave my employer a 30-day notice and explained that the conditions and the environment in the company wasn't just right for me, and I felt that it was time for me to professionally part ways with the company. This was also due to the company doing something that I wasn't in agreement with, and although I supported the function that the particular step was going to perform, I certainly did not support the way that that step was processed, which created legal issues and risks for myself personally and the company as well. So with that in mind, I realized it was time for me to part ways, and I submitted my resignation notice. I took Friday off, and on Monday, I came back to my office to find out that all of my account information was changed, and my employer contacted me at 10 a.m., my boss, asking to meet at 1:30 p.m. I was the HR manager at that company. I worked there for 3.5 years. I was under impression that my employer and I had a good working relationships and supported each other. Unfortunately, that day, everything changed. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I got to find out the real truth about employment and what it really is when it comes to relationships in the workplace. At 1:30 p.m., I walked into a conference room where my boss was sitting at the table. He stood up, and when he saw me, greeted me. And there was also another person at the table, an HR consultant, who also greeted me and introduced himself. I sat down at the table without any issues. I did feel in my gut that something was going to pop up. The HR consultant initially came to this company to investigate HR and payroll processes, and the company hired him to do so with my support, of course, as I was under impression that this was done in good faith and for the purpose of making it better for everyone involved. When I sat down at the table, my boss thanked me for the resignation letter that he received from me and for the 30-day notice. However, he told me that it would be best for me to gather my belongings, personal items, and leave the premises of the company. And with that in mind, our meeting was completed. Just like that, 3.5 years, and I was out of the company. Was it a burned bridge? I don't know. How is this going to affect my profession, my career? I'm not really sure. I was under a lot of stress, and I was shocked. I was shocked that someone I trusted, someone I thought higher of, would fall to treat me differently and somewhat unfairly. I didn't expect any special treatment, but I just wanted to be treated like everyone else on a salaried position in a male role who would be given 6 days to finish their work, 30 days, or sometimes 1 year. Sometimes my employer will negotiate for the other employees to stay longer. But that wasn't really applied to my position. And I thought to myself, well, they really have to do this because I'm the HR manager. Yet a little thought comes to mind when I realized that my predecessor stayed in her position for as long as 6 months. And she was there to onboard me. The company posted the position as soon as they found out I was resigning. They offering the new candidate much more money than they paid me. Is it fair? You can ask, is it fair? We as humans often gaslight ourselves into this delusionary thought mindset that someone cares about us and we need to show loyalty to them. But as soon as you tell the company that you want to part ways because you found something better for yourself and your family, or you just want to take a break for your mental health, the company turns on you. Maybe it doesn't happen to every single person, but unfortunately, sometimes there are instances like mine where you do end up in a situation that helps you realize that not all employers care, not all people care about your well-being, not all doctors care about your health. So there is no perfect world around us. And I just want to tell someone who is looking to quit their job, make sure that... So my camera ran out of memory and I had to get home to be able to record this so that I could safely do it. And I just wanted to add that if you are considering resignation and you think that you worked for the company for 5, 10, 25 plus years, and you believe that if you submit that 30-day notice or 2 months notice, that they will keep you around because you truly believe that they care, don't fool yourself. Prepare. Make sure that you have all the savings in your bank available to you. Take money out of your CD accounts if that's necessary. And of course, make sure that you have affordable healthcare coverage for yourself and your family.